Peter Scholl with Scholl Construction here. The title of today's video is How Builders Rip You Off. A little bit of title candy to open it up. But I did want to explain something that I've kept in mind my whole career. When I was starting my business in 2002, a competitor or a colleague of mine took me out on his boat with one of his laborers, and we drove around the lake and had a few beers, and it was a very valuable time, and I appreciate that he did that for me. And he gave me a lot of great advice. One piece of advice that I didn't really understand at the moment was he told me that I can make the estimate, or I can make my numbers look however I want. And I didn't really get it, and you could see the confusion on my face, and he said it again, I can make the numbers look however I want. It's what's in the numbers that counts. And you know, at that time I was thinking, well, if someone wants to build a house or, you know, finish a basement or whatever, you just take all the components, you make sure you don't miss any, you write them down, you get the right square footages, the right quantities, you present the estimate and you get it or you don't get it. It's very far from the truth. From that moment on and until this moment, and what I'm still working on is it's really what you're getting for those numbers or for that cost. Many potential clients will look at an estimate that they get from a builder as a commodity. You know, they're looking at the bottom line number and they're saying, well, for $400,000 he can do this. But it's really what's within that $400,000 that matters. I could make almost any project I do look a third less expensive, a third more expensive. Those are huge, you know, 33% swings, and possibly even more. Anyways, the reason, I'll give you a couple examples. So a set of stairs. I could have my carpenters build a set of stairs out of pine lumber. They have to be covered with carpet. All in with the carpet, the materials, the labor, about $2,000. Then I can have a set of custom stairs made, you know, where they're mahogany, oak, maple, they're thick treads, they're free-standing treads with an open riser. They have nice handrails with balusters and newel posts on the end of them. And that staircase can, you know, run up to $20,000, you know, from $5,000 to $20,000 for a custom staircase. So what are you really buying? Are you buying a set of carpenter-built stairs that are covered with carpet, or are you buying a set of custom stairs with rounded edges designed in the vision that you have? Windows are another thing, you know. A set of vinyl windows, which there's nothing wrong with, can be a third of the cost of a good set of wood windows on the inside with aluminum cladding exterior. Fireplaces are another one. I've lost jobs over this one. People tell me they want a real wood burning fireplace. To me, that's where you take the cinder blocks, you build the inner shell out of real masonry cinder blocks, block by block. You put a gas line in it, and then on the outside you put either a real stone or a real brick. And then there's the metal box with a metal flue, which is the most common fireplace, at least in America. And, you know, you buy a metal box, you buy the metal flue, you run it up, and then you build a wooden box on the outside. You usually drywall it, and then you'll put on ceramic or stone or brick on the face of it. And for a fireplace like that, I can probably do the whole thing for about $6,000. For a real masonry fireplace, we're probably $17,000 to $20,000, depending on the size and the design. So know what you're buying and what you're getting. And the way that a good builder and that I figure it out is you're interviewing your clients. You're talking to them about, I like to go to their existing business or their existing home and interview them to see what level of quality or what types of features they currently have and what they're looking to move up to or down to. So, you know, some people ask, you know, do you like dovetail, soft close, cabinet doors? And some people are like, what is that? So I know that that's not what they're expecting. And then other people say, this is my fourth home, this is my fourth business. I want, you know, European foil face cabinets with dovetailed drawers that are all soft close. So I know what they want. There's a whole bunch of examples, but it's really understanding the vision that your customers, that your potential customers have, and including that in the numbers or that in the quote, not including just enough to get by. And during the interview process, there's also, you got to be careful too, the way people present themselves. You know, I'll meet with clients and they say, we want nothing fancy, very simple, plain Jane, low cost. We're not fancy people. And then when you start getting into it, you know, they might expect a geothermal heating and cooling system or spray foam walls. So they're not thinking of high-end finishes, but they are thinking of taking their money and spending it somewhere else, you know, on the energy efficiency. Or someone wants a small house. I just want a 2,500 square foot house, but I need a 5-car garage with 2 lifts in it. So, you know, and houses are this much per square foot, so, you know, the garage is not free. So really listening to what they want and what features they want, and then making sure that they're all included. So in certain circumstances, you know, I will get the budget out of someone, and I'll start with what the budget can afford, and then I'll give them upgrades to meet their vision, because building is always a compromise no matter what the budget is. And then other jobs, I will start with the high end and then give them reduction options to get down to their budget. And then there's the people who won't give you their budget. They think that you're going to take all their money and spend it on their projects. Not true, at least not for me. So I know I'm a big numbers guy. I know exactly what I need to be able to cover my salary and the people who work for me's salary, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. Insurance is a big one in my industry, so everything I do is based on what the customer wants plus a specific markup in order to meet my overhead. And at the end of the year, you want to make a little bit of money. From what I read in my magazines, the industry standard, and from my experiences personally, industry standard is 2 to 5% when you're done with a job. A very small amount compared to other industries, but a lot of money moves through my company. So, you know, I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank, and then come the next Monday, 3 days later, it's all gone. It's all gone back out. Because you're, you know, buying $50,000 worth of lumber in a delivery, you're buying $80,000 worth of windows. So at the end of the year, you know, what you're making overall, if things go well, is 2 to 5%. Is that a lot? No, but it's enough to make a good living if you do enough work and you do enough good work. So make sure that you get a detailed quote from your builder, listing everything that's included and specifying what's included. You know, the biggest mistakes I see my potential customers making is going for the lowest cost based on a 1 or 2 page bid where it says everything included $400,000, or, I mean, that's a little extreme example, but it'll be similar to that. You really want to know what type of, you know, millwork you're getting, what type of carpets, what type of flooring, what kind of roofing. Is it custom colors or is it just a flat primer coat? There's all kinds of ways to make the numbers look how you want to make them look and to fit within a budget. But you, for the client or for the customer, you got to make sure that what your vision is on paper, and that you and your builder are on the same page so that you're both building what you want for what you can afford. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.